So, lads, Caitlin Clark finally has her line of Wilson basketballs. And, I mean, a full line of Wilson basketballs. She's had plenty. There's been plenty of custom basketballs with Caitlin Clark. But there is a new full line. And again, look, of all the companies that are working with Caitlin Clark, Wilson might be... I think a lot of people would consider Wilson to be tippity top of that. They would consider Wilson to be the top company that has worked with Caitlin Clark. However, we got to be honest here. There are other companies that have done a pretty good job as well of that. But yeah, this was something that has happened probably yesterday. I'm very, very late to this news. Again, apologies over the last couple of days about being late to a lot of stuff and not getting out videos at the rate that I would kind of hope. As like new PCs here, hopefully that'll all be fixed, and have just had so much on over the last couple of days, and I worked 18 hours Friday. And look, at the end of the day, sometimes the amount of content I put out, I'm just gonna crash, and it'll take a few days to recover from a crash. So I do want to apologize for that. But yeah, let's take a look at some of this stuff right here. Apologies about the black screen, but all of these have been aggregated from the Clark Season Twitter account. So, if you guys have not seen, like, Wilson have obviously done a really good job of promoting Caitlin Clark. And, like, a big reason why, as here, Caitlin Clark's favorite color is blue. Outside the gym, she's happiest being on the water or a golf course. She says the same thing to teammate Aaliyah Boston for every single game, which is, I'm guessing, yeah. Light blue is also shaded blue, loose with a pattern on the Envision, an outdoor ball. At first glance, it looks like a maze, but it's really the words dream big. And if that phrase is also on the Aspire, indoor-outdoor court ball, the first appears to be white or gray. When the sunlight, however, in phrases dream big, keep going, and you're going to be amazing because you are amazing. So, they literally have the, like, the phrase that Caitlin Clark says to Aaliyah Boston, which is just objectively a good thing. To see. And it is not only celebrating Caitlin Clark, but celebrating her teammate as well. Who, by the way, Aaliyah Boston has been unbelievable this year. Like, we have to be very clear with that. Aaliyah Boston's been fantastic. Like, we are not, and I mean not, going to be out here talking about how about how this team is just Caitlin Clark, because Aaliyah has been absolutely fantastic in my opinion. But obviously Clark pointed to a picture of her in Boston on the bench. It was on the design team planning whiteboard. We'll get her a free basketball. She'll love it. I'm going to put it in her locker. And take the Oasis ball, which can be used indoors and outdoors. Her favorite color is blue. She likes pastels, and her happy places are water and golf course. So the panels of the Oasis ball are white and light blue. And the light blue panels have what looks like a pink and green splash of paint, but it's actually an abstract drawing of a golf course. Wow. So I'm guessing these are the two ones, two lower ones. You're going to be amazing because you are amazing, written on the basketballs, which is this one maybe. I have no idea what is what, which ball is which. I have no idea exactly which ball is which, if we're being honest. But, yeah, and obviously, whenever I do something, I want to make the best product possible for people, but I also feel like this is an easy way for me to connect to my fans. Clark's about the process of being so involved in the design process. I want it to feel very personal for them too, then connect with me, not just by watching me on TV or coming and buying a ticket to the game, which is very, very interesting. But again, it's like, oh, this is the commercial. Ooh, there's a commercial. Simply Caitlin, always basketball. Like, that is the, like, what they have done is absolutely perfect in terms of, like, how they have marketed Caitlin. Wilson's done a perfect job of this. Just in case copyright music comes on.
When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Chance of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you. inspiring you, working on the player you dream to be. Because the ball will always bring you back to your favorite place. Calm, focused, and confident. To the place all roads lead, the game of basketball.
I don't know if you can have a more perfect like commercial than that for a player. Like, I don't think you can have a more perfect thing. Simply Caitlin always basketball. There is no better way to promote Caitlin Clark. She doesn't need any promotion of pregame fits. There doesn't need to be any, like, even a Nike terrible promotion is like, you can't win, so win, while ignoring her. You don't need to see, there doesn't need to be any of that crap. There doesn't need to be any bells and whistles. All you have to do is promote basketball. Because that is they're the type of fans that Caitlin Clark has. No matter what you say. And I'm not talking about the random fans you'll see on Twitter trying to use Caitlin Clark to push agendas. I'm talking purely about the basketball fans. And when Caitlin Clark, when she plays free, when she has freedom, when she's allowed to make mistakes, and she's willing to make mistakes. And that's one of the reasons, like, a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm what you call it. It's like, oh, I'll criticize Caitlin Clark, so I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan. One, like, as a player like Caitlin Clark, she's going to make more mistakes on the court. Like, that's a given. It's just a given with her style. But that is the type of flair in all sports. Like, as a fan of soccer as well, you can see it. It's the reason why, as a Leeds United fan, I loved Marcelo Bielsa. It's a reason why Rafinha is probably my favorite player in the world right now. Like, when he played for us, like, it was like he made football fun again. And what Caitlin Clark does is a little bit like what Steph Curry does. And it's the reason why people have gravitated towards LaMelo Ball, except the difference is LaMelo Ball doesn't make teams better. Caitlin Clark makes the ball game fun. And you need players with flair. You need players that have this ability. And the problem is now is that playing with flair is often does not like lead to winning in terms of basketball. Like, Jason Tatum is a spectacular player. Has no flair whatsoever. I think there's a little bit of flair in Luka, but I think Luka can be boring to watch sometimes. There's a little bit of flair in Jokic. There's a little bit of flair. Like, Shea's just effective. Shea's just effective more than anything. There's flair in that man. I think there's a little bit of flair in Tyrese Halliburton at times. Not much, but a little bit. But he's more so effective than anything. Whereas Caitlin Clark is that type of player where it has been, it is currently, and it always will be about basketball. And that is the case when it comes to Caitlin Clark. It is always going to be about basketball. So, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is pretty much it. I don't think you could have a more perfect, like a more perfect promotion campaign for anyone as what Wilson are just doing for Caitlin Clark. It's been legitimately perfect. No questions, no flaws whatsoever about anything they've done. And there's a reason why, of all brands, Wilson are probably the brand that is capitalizing the most off her. Anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.